Students, let us start with a new concept called Laplace transform. Now, Laplace transform is basically an integral transform or a class of integral transform. Okay, so it is class of integral transform which has a lot of application in the field of signals and linear system analysis. So it comes into picture very often when it comes to signals, networks and all that. Now in this, what exactly we are going to do? I will be having a function of t, ft. I will be applying Laplace transform on it, which will convert this ft to a new function of s. Usually we say that a time domain or a time function is getting converted into complex frequency. So I am converting the time domain to the frequency domain. You can say that there is a machine like this and you are putting any function ft in it and coming out is the function of s, and inside we are taking the Laplace transform. Laplace transform is represented by L, and it is also very much useful when we solve the differential equations or the initial value problems, right? So it has a lot of application and it is a very simple concept, very easy concept to learn. So now let us start with the basic definition. What is the basic definition of Laplace transform? When I take Laplace transform of any function ft, this is equal to integral 0 to infinity. As I said, it is a part of integral transform, right? So it is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t and dt, where s is a complex variable and e to the power minus st is called kernel, the kernel of transformation. Okay, so this is a basic definition and the Laplace transform exists if this integral exists, right? So now what we will be doing, first we will do few questions which are based on directly this definition. There are few conditions for the existence. Like I said, Laplace transform exists when the integral exists, and in depth if you want to go, we have to say that ft has to be piecewise continuous in the range 0 to infinity and ft is exponential order is finite. Uh, Exponential order and the limit e to the power minus at ft is finite. But anyways, we will not go in the depth of that concept. We will learn how to do the question. So now in the first video, I will teach you how to solve the question, especially the discontinuous function, by using the definition of Laplace transform. And from second video, we will introduce the formulas. So let us start with the first question. Suppose you have this type of a function. First, can you just feel or just can you represent this function as a graph? It is very simple. If I represent it as a graph, on x-axis if I represent t and on y-axis if I represent the function. So what type of function it is? See, when I am from 0 to 1, okay, the value of the function is t. T means like this, and when t is greater than 1, it becomes 1. So this is the function, right? So this is the function, and now what is the main target? I need to learn how to find out its Laplace transform. So let us apply the definition. My definition says that Laplace transform of any function is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt. Correct? Now in this particular case, my ft is varying in two different range. So what I'll do, I'll break my limits from 0 to 1 and from 1 to infinity. See, overall Laplace is from 0 to infinity, from 0 to infinity. And in my question, it is defined from 0 to 1 and then 1 to infinity. So I will write it like this. Now e to the power minus st. What is the value of ft when I am between 0 to 1? The 0 to 1, the value of function is t. So I will put t here dt plus. Now 1 to infinity, the value of the function is 1. So in place of ft, I'll put 1. Okay. Now next step, I'll integrate it. Now this term, I should integrate by parts. I have told you already a shortcut to do by parts. Now here let us do first function, integration of second function, minus integral d by dt of first function and double integration of second. So it will become e to the power minus st upon s square. And the limit is from 0 to 1 plus e to the power minus st upon minus s 1 to infinity. Now let's put the limit. When I put the upper limit, t e to the power minus s, 1 e to the power minus s upon minus s minus e to the power minus s upon s square minus, now I'll put the 0. When I put 0 here, because of this t, it will become 0. Now minus minus become plus. When I put 0 here, e to the power 0 is 1. So 1 by s square. Now go to the next integral, plus. When I put infinity, e to the power minus infinity is 0. So 0. Now minus lower limit. If I put 1, I'll get e to the power minus s upon minus s. So this will become plus. Correct? Clearly, first term and last term gets cancelled. And what is your answer? Answer is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus s upon s square. So this is my answer. Easy? Now let's move to the next question. Once you will learn the formulas, then there will be no need to integrate it. Okay? Now come to the next question. Look at this question. Now as I told you earlier, can you plot this graph? Usually they don't ask in exam for plotting the graph, but then also you should understand. See, from 0 to 1, the value of the function is 1. Okay. Then from 1 to 2, the value of the function is t. And then t is greater than 0, value of the function is 0, means this. So function is discontinuous here, right? So now let us find out the Laplace. Now we know that Laplace of ft is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt. Correct? So now I should split the limits, because in Laplace is defined from 0 to infinity and my question is splitted like this. So Laplace of ft is equal to first 0 to 1, then 1 to 2, and then 2 to infinity, right? So 0 to 1 e to the power minus st. What is ft here? Ft is 1 in this range. Okay. Then e to the power minus st, from 1 to 2, what is the value of the function? T. Plus, from 2 to infinity, it is 0. So this integral will become 0. Now, what is the first integral? E to the power minus st upon minus s. Limit 0 to 1. Plus, again we will do it by parts. And let me remind you the method, shortcut method. T and e to the power minus st you write here. 1, 0. E to the power minus st upon minus s. E to the power minus st upon s square. Now join this plus and minus. So what will be the answer here? Minus t e to the power minus st upon s, then minus e to the power minus st upon s square. Limit 1 to 2. So this is like by parts I did in the previous question. This is a shortcut of by parts integral I have taught you in my videos. Now next step, put the limits. Now when you put the 1, e to the power minus s upon minus s. Minus lower limit, that is 0. E to the power 0 is 1. So plus 1 by s. Minus 1 by s, but minus minus will become plus. Now go to the second integral, plus. Now put the upper limit 2. So when you put 2 here, you will get minus 2 by s e to the power minus 2s. Then minus e to the power minus 2s upon s square. then minus, I am putting now lower limit. So minus minus will become plus e to the power minus s upon s. Again lower limit, so minus minus will become plus e to the power minus s upon s square. Correct? Again if you observe, this term and this term is getting cancelled. Right? So what is the final answer? Final answer is 1 by s minus 2 by s e to the power minus 2s minus e to the power minus 2s upon s square plus e to the power minus s upon s square. So this is how you have to solve the Laplace transform. Correct? So this is my answer. Now let's move to the next question. Now look at this. This also you can draw. So you will have a ladder type of graph for this. Let us directly solve this. Laplace of ft is equal to, now I am doing directly. I know it is integral 0 to infinity. So I will break it. 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 6, and then 6 to infinity. Now first part is 0, not required. Second part is 1, so e to the power minus st dt. Then third part is 3, so e to the power 3 e to the power minus st dt. Then 5 to 6 is a 2 e to the power minus st dt plus 0 again. Right? So what I'll get? First term e to the power minus st upon minus s, limit 1 to 3, plus 3 e to the power minus st upon minus s, 3 to 5, plus e to the power minus st upon minus s with 2, limit 5 to 6. Now put the limits. First e to the power minus 3s upon minus s minus e to the power minus s upon minus s. Okay, go to the second term. Plus 3 by 5 with negative sign e to the power minus 5s minus, which will become plus 3 e to the power minus 3s upon s. Then plus minus 2 by 5 e to the power minus 6s plus 2 by s e to the power minus 5s. So I have put all the limits. Now after putting all the limits, let me try to simplify this. This is s, not 5. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll collect, see all has the denominator s. So let me, this is also s. Sorry for my handwriting. Where s and 5 is looking exactly same. Anyways, so take out 1 by s common. So what is left now? Minus e to the power minus 3s. Okay. Plus e to the power minus s minus 3 e to the power minus 5s. Okay. Then plus 3 e to the power minus 3s. Then minus 2 e to the power minus 6s plus 2 e to the power minus 5s. I can see few terms same. So let me combine it. See, e to the power minus 3s and e to the power minus 3s. So I'll have 2 e to the power minus 3s. Correct? Then e to the power minus s is only alone. So e to the power minus s. Then 5s I have two terms. So I'll write minus e to the power minus 5s. And minus 2 e to the power minus 6s. So this is my answer. Right? So these types are questions are known as Laplace transform of discontinuous function. They are the discontinuous function. You have seen when I plotted the graph of the function, there was a break. I was not able to draw the straight lines. There was always a break. So this type of function are called discontinuous function, And this is how I can find out the Laplace transform of discontinuous function. There is one more way to find out Laplace of discontinuous function, which I will teach later on when I will teach you unit step functions. Okay, now let's move further. Now let's come to this. Now suppose you have a constant and you want to find out the Laplace transform of that constant. So what I will be doing, I will apply the definition. So Laplace of any constant is 0 to infinity e to the power minus st, and I should write function ft. And what is the function ft here? K. So I'll write k dt. Now k is a constant, it will come out. So e to the power minus st upon minus s. Limit 0 to infinity. So k by minus s came out. Now let us put the limit e to the power minus infinity minus e to the power 0. Okay. So what is k upon minus s? E to the power minus infinity is 0 and e to the power 0 is 1. So what is the answer? Answer is k by s. So what I understood from this? I understood a first basic formula, Laplace transform of any constant is equal to constant upon s. For example, if I ask you what is Laplace of 7, so your answer will be 7 by s. If I ask you what is the Laplace of log 2, so your answer will be log 2 by s. If I ask you what is the Laplace transform of say 100, so you will say Laplace transform of 100 is 100 by s. So this is my first core formula. Laplace transform of constant is constant by s. Okay. Now let's move to the second. So my second standard formula is e to the power at, right? When ft is equal to e to the power at. So now Laplace transform of ft is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt, right? So Laplace transform of e to the power at is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st e to the power at dt. Now, next step, Laplace transform of e to the power at is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus t s minus a dt. Now, here you may ask me why I have taken minus t common and not t common. See students, please understand one thing. E to the power 0 is 1, e to the power infinity is not defined, and e to the power minus infinity is 0. So that is the reason I prefer minus here, so that when I put the upper limit, it will become 0. Now here you have to take care of one thing. In case your s minus a is negative, then again the same issue will come. So this formula always have a condition that s minus a should be greater than 0 or equal to 0. Okay, then only integral will exist, right? So now let's find out this. So integrate it. So it is e to the power minus t s minus a upon minus s minus a. Limits 0 to infinity. Now 1 upon minus s minus a is constant, take it out. When I put the limit infinity, I'll get e to the power minus infinity minus e to the power 0. And as usual, it will become 1 upon minus s minus a, 0 minus 1. So my answer is 1 upon s minus a. Correct? So now from this, what I can conclude? My second formula, Laplace of e to the power at is equal to 1 upon s minus a. Now, what information I have? If I ask you what is Laplace transform of e to the power 3t, you will tell me answer is 1 upon s minus 3. If I ask you what is Laplace transform of e to the power 2t, you will say 1 upon s minus 2. If I ask you what is the Laplace transform of e to the power minus 70, so you will say 1 upon s plus 7. Okay, so this is how you have to do the questions. Now, here you have the extension also. What is the extension? If I want Laplace of sine hyperbolic at. So what is sine hyperbolic at? I can replace sine hyperbolic by e to the power at minus e to the power minus at upon 2. This we have discussed while doing differential equation also. So this is 1 by 2 Laplace of e to the power at minus Laplace of e to the power minus at. So this is equal to 1 by 2. What is Laplace of e to the power at? 1 upon s minus a minus 1 upon s plus a. Right? So this will be equal to 1 by 2 s plus a minus s plus a upon a plus b, a minus b formula will give me this. So I'll get a by s square minus a square. So this becomes the formula of Laplace of sine hyperbolic at, which I will be using directly. On the same lines, I know that Laplace of cos hyperbolic at, if I want to find out, this will be Laplace of e to the power at plus e to the power minus at upon 2. So again 1 by 2 L of e to the power at plus L of e to the power minus at. So this will be equal to 1 by 2 1 upon s minus a plus 1 upon s plus a. So this will become s upon s square minus a square. So Laplace of cos hyperbolic at, which I will be using as a standard formula, is this. The second extension in this, one more extension is this, is Laplace of a to the power t. Now in differential equation also I explained you how to handle a to the power t. Suppose x is equal to a to the power t. So what is log x? Log x is equal to t log a. Now take the anti-log. So x is equal to e to the power t log a. Right? So this becomes Laplace of e to the power t log a. Because x is what? X is a to the power t. So I can replace a to the power t by this. That is what I did. Now this to become e to the power at format, where a value is log a. So this will become 1 upon s minus log a. So my formula will be Laplace of a to the power t is equal to 1 upon s minus log a. Correct? So in this video you have learned first thing how to find out the Laplace of discontinuous function. What is a basic definition? Then I told you the standard formulas. Laplace of constant is constant by s. Laplace of e to the power at is equal to 1 upon s minus a. Laplace of a to the power t is equal to 1 upon s minus log a. Laplace of sine hyperbolic at is equal to a upon s square minus a square. And Laplace of cos hyperbolic at is equal to s upon s square minus a square. So in my next video, I will be discussing Laplace transform of polynomial. I'll discuss Laplace transform of sine and cos, and we will learn a new concept, gamma function, as well to do the numericals. So I hope you have understood the basic definition and basic concept of Laplace transform. Kindly subscribe my channel so that whenever I'll upload the video, you will get the notification for it. Thank you.